Hello students. Today we are going to study about classification of elements. On previous class you have to study that pure substances are classified into two on the basis of their properties, that are elements and compounds. What do you mean by an element? Element is a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reactions. Okay? Elements that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reactions. Today we are going to study about classification of elements. Okay? Today we are going to study about classification of elements. Elements can be normally divided into three. That is metals, non-metals and metalloids. Elements may be simply divided as metals, non-metals and metalloid, that depending upon their properties. Okay, elements may be classified into three: metals, non-metals and metalloids, that is depending upon their properties. Then what are the physical properties of metals? These properties you taught in your previous classes. Okay, all of you look on this. Metals have a lustrous. What do you mean by luster or lustrous? Yes, metals are shiny appearance. Metals are shiny appearance. Are you clear now? For example, gold. Gold is a shiny metal. So, the first property is metals have a luster. Luster means shine. The second one is they have silvery grey or golden yellow color. Metals have silvery grey or golden yellow color. Okay? And then they are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. They pass heat. Okay? Metals conduct heat and also metals conduct electricity. Okay? So this is the reason we can make metal utensils. What is the reason you make metal utensils? Metals conduct heat. Okay? And also it used for electrical switches or wires. Metals can be used for wires, electrical wires. The reason is this conduct electricity. Okay, are you clear now? Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are ductile. Ductile means the metals are possible to drawn into wires. Okay? metals are drawn into wires. Okay, they are ductile. Ductile means it can be drawn into wires. They are malleable. Malleable means if it hammered into a metal substance, for example, aluminium, gold, with a thin hammer, it makes into thin sheet. Okay, it can be beaten with a hammer. It changes into a thin sheet without breaking. Without breaking. This is called malleability. Okay. Metals are malleable. It can be beaten with a hammer. Okay. Metals can be beaten with a hammer. It can be changed to thin sheet without breaking. This property is called malleability. And metals are hard and have high melting and boiling points. Metals are hard and have high melting and boiling points. Are you clear now? Once more I repeat it. Metals have a lustrous property. Luster means it have shiny appearance. They have silvery grey or golden yellow color. And also metals conduct electricity and heat. Okay, they are good conductors of heat. So metal utensils are used for cooking. And they are the good conductors of electricity. So metal wires are used to pass electricity. They are ductile. Ductile means the metals can be drawn into thin wires. Thin wires, ductility. Thin sheet, malleability. Don't forget, thin wires, ductility. Thin sheet, malleability. Malleability means metals can be beaten with a hammer. It can change into a thin sheet without breaking. This property is known as malleability. And metals are hard and high melting and boiling point. Next we move on. The properties of non-metals. This is just opposite to the metal. Okay, this is just opposite to the properties of metals. Non-metals usually show the following properties. First one, non-metals are non-lustrous. Non-metals are non-lustrous. It doesn't have shiny appearance. It makes a dull appearance. Okay, non-metals makes a dull appearance. So non-metals are non-lustrous. Doesn't make a shiny appearance. And they are also poor conductors of heat and electricity. They are poor conductors of heat and electricity. They didn't conduct electricity or heat. Okay, they are not able to conduct electricity and heat. So they are poor conductors of heat and electricity. And they have variety of colors. Okay, non-metals have variety of colors. Metals are hard, but non-metals are soft and brittle. Brittle means it is very easy to broken. Okay, non-metals are soft and brittle. Brittle means it is very easy to broken it. Okay, they are neither malleable nor ductile, which means they didn't shows the property of malleability and ductility. Okay, they didn't show any property of malleability and ductility. They are not sonorous. I missed this point to say in the metal portion. Metals are sonorous. What do you mean by sonorous? Sonorous means it making ringing sound. Sonorous means it making ringing sound. When any object is hit on a metal surface, these metals produce a ringing sound. Are you clear? If any object that can hit on the surface of metal, this metal makes a ringing sound. For example, your school bell, not an electric bell. If you have no current in or nor electricity or nor current in your school, then you can use an ordinary bell. Okay. Sonorous means make a ringing sound. When an object is hit on the metal surface, these metals make a ringing sound. This property of metal is known as sonorous. But in the case of non-metals, it doesn't show sonorous property. Okay, they are not sonorous. The property of non-metals are just opposite to that of metals. Metals have high melting and boiling point, but non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Okay. And one more thing, the only liquid state metal is mercury. Mercury is the only metal which can seen in liquid state at room temperature. Okay. Don't forget, mercury is the only metal in liquid state at room temperature. Okay. Next, we move on. The third classification, metalloids. Some metals which can show the properties of metals and the properties of non-metals. Some metals which shows the properties of metals and non-metals. Both of the properties are short. They are called metalloids. Some elements have intermediate properties. Okay, some elements have intermediate properties between those of metals and non-metals. They show some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. They are called metalloids. They are called metalloids. Okay. Some element shows some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. These are called metalloids. Are you clear now? For example, boron, silicon, germanium, antimony, etc. are the examples of metalloids. Okay, metalloids means some elements shows the properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. These are called metalloids. For example, boron, silicon, germanium, antimony, etc. These elements shows both the properties. Then, all of you look on these examples of non-metals. Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, iodine, carbon, bromine, phosphorus, etc. are the examples of non-metals. Okay, these are the examples of non-metals. Then all of you look on the examples of metals: sodium, potassium, zinc, copper, silver, gold, aluminium, iron, etc. are the examples of metals. Okay, these are the examples of metals. Potassium is the most reactive metal. Okay. Okay, students. Today we look on the three types of elements, that is metals, non-metals and metalloids. All of you study well. Today I wind up my class. Bye.